Right, guys, and welcome back to the channel. No, this is not a joke. This is not a CCP server or anything of the sort. We really do have a summoner by the name of Jonassis, who has taken up his Groot all the way to rank 4. Now, I know, and I can already imagine all the comments that I'm gonna see, but just for a second before we get to the gameplay, can we just, first of all, appreciate the brass that this man has by doing something like this. Second of all, he did explain that Groot is just his absolute favorite Marvel character in, everywhere. And he is also using this rank 4 as a great demonstration of why exactly Groot needs a buff so desperately. That being said, he's perfectly happy with his rank up, and he absolutely loves Groot. Obviously, not necessarily in this game too much. But let's take a look at what rank 4 Groot does. And here we have Groot with Odin's pre-fights, with all the good synergies and whatnot that he can get, going up against Winter Soldier. So he's critting for 2,200 on his light crits. With the Fury buff active, let's mention that. 3,500 on his medium crits, level 1 crits for 6,000. And that is obviously before the Groot goes berserk. So at the moment, 30 hits in, he has done exactly 10% damage to Winter Soldier. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this fight lasts a while. This fight does indeed last a while. So here we can see that his Furies are active. So he actually hit for 7k there. That was quite decent amount of damage. 7k. Now we're seeing some numbers. Now we're seeing some big yellow numbers, right? Well, relatively speaking. Keep in mind that Groot also has tons of utility. He shrugs off debuffs quicker. He's bleed immune. He has access to plenty of buffs. He has access to bleed on his level 3, believe you me. And regeneration on level 2. So obviously he's a fairly complex Chad and deserves everybody's recognition. Again, comparatively speaking, this is a rank 4 6-star champion going up against Realm of Legends Winter Soldier and doing a hell of a job at it. You can see those 844 hits add up, even without crits. 844 damage per hit. Fairly solid if you ask me. 3.5k medium crit, 2,200 light crit. Fortunately, nothing crits here. But, he's relentless. Only 100 hits in. The Winter Soldier is already 39% down. That's a clear progress being made there. It's obvious progress being made. Look at the damage now. 7k crit. Easy. No crit on the level 1 still yet. But look at that. That's 7.5k crit. Significant increase in damage compared to his base state. My only complaint about Groot would be that it is a bit RNG dependent when he enters his damage mode, because obviously aside from that he would be pretty much a perfect champion. All these furies and cruelties popping out of nowhere, then you also have a chance to get physical resistance, and as soon as you do, that's where the damage goes, right? That's where the damage goes. And Winter Soldier obviously has no chance. King Groot is still at 97% health, and it only has taken 152 hits to get there. And yeah, King Groot is still at 97% health. Winter Soldier at 35. So King Groot's clearly winning this HP battle. 162 hits in. Winter Soldier is, almost wrecked. Very close to being wrecked. 30% left. That's like nothing. That's like nothing. And, we can see that the charges are being emptied right now. He should be getting like 5 Fury buffs. Oh no, he actually got all the way up to 7 Fury buffs. Look at that. 9k. 6k non-crit. Those are some sexy numbers. For a 3-star, but still. There are some sexy numbers there. Right. Now we're going to be breaking in that Assassin's range, which I do think is going to be active here. So with Assassins, 200 hits later, against Winter Soldier. This is going to be an absolute annihilation now at this point. Keep in mind, King Groot is now getting, you know, attack boost from Assassin's Mastery as well. Plus those Furies, plus those Cruelties. It all adds up, man. All 13k. Undeniable damage numbers there. Undeniable damage numbers. Right? Sweet Jesus, Mary, Joseph. What a machine. Sorry. What a tree. What a stud. Ik ben Groot. Here we go. A little German thrown in there as well. He does lose the combo towards the end, but that's at the very last 1%. You know, fairly inconsequential. Besides, King Groot does have that regen. 236 hits. 236 hits. And then he goes up against CMM. And let's see if CMM goes down any quicker. Do we have, again, the final 18% of this fight? Let's see what King Groot can put up with. Here we go. Wonderful. 83% health. He can do this all day. He can do this all day. You know, if it wouldn't be for Realm Legends Wolverine, he would be able to clear entire Realm Legends. You know, Wolverine only gives him some issues because of that regeneration. But here we are. Right. What else do we have? Rank 4 Groot versus variant 1.31 Ultron. Well, let's check out how he deals with 3.1 Ultron. So we have Masochism active. There would also. Ultron. How much health does that Ultron have? 440k. Jesus Christ. This is going to take forever, isn't it? Okay, let's carry on. Carry on. We have Ultron. A machine versus nature. Machine versus tree. Obviously, we are meant to root for the beautiful Mother Nature. Or Daddy Groot. You can call him Daddy Groot. Because it is the biggest Groot around. It's like, not to brag, but this guy clearly has the biggest tree around. And he's going to prove that mechanic replacements to a big tree is not the real thing. Obviously, the real deal is what everybody's after. And King Groot is the real deal. Can't build a robot to replace a tree trunk like that. And look at that. Damage is being dished out like nobody's business. And Ultron's already at like 7%? But look at that. Look at that. Look at those numbers. 6k, 7k, 6k. Easy. We have Ultron at what? 78% already. This is a variant boss. Let me remind you. Variant 1 is the toughest variant out there, pretty much. And, you know, being able to deal with Chapter 3 bosses, not too many can claim that. And Groot's certainly one of them. Look at all that damage. And on the bright side, don't forget, guys. Don't forget, should Groot happen to get hit, that's when that key immunity comes in. You know, they just don't willy-nilly make champions bleed immune. But Groot is truly bleed immune. You know, because there's no blood in that tree. Absolute annihilation. I mean, you know, small slip-ups along the way. Happens to the best of us. But look at that destruction. Can take hits in block all day, thanks to increased physical resistance whenever it's active. It's also very important to point out. Additional tankiness. And, you know, fine that Ultron got some armor ups. Who cares? You know, he's just gonna push through, damage through that. Only 2.5 minutes in the fight, and Ultron's already at 50%. Absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. You know, Ultron's also immune to ability accuracy reduction, but jokes on the Ultron. Groot doesn't reduce the ability accuracy. So that entire node is completely useless. Also, you know, masochism and whatnot, kind of useless because Groot can't debuff the Ultron. He's making that big nasty robot effectively powerless right in front of your eyes. and still winning the HP battle, 45% versus 33%. Easy. Just, absolutely no competition between which champion here is the real daddy. Which champion here is the real deal. Groot is just gonna go and hammer his point down. Those sweet, sweet level 1s. So we do have that regeneration there, but that regeneration, again, is no match for Groot's damage. 24k. Now, whoa. 24k, I mean, how many champions in the game can hit for 24k? Can't be that many, can it? But Groot's one of them. 24k crit on level 1. Easy money right there. Last 4%, that Ultron's about to get destroyed. And Ultron's about to get destroyed. Last 1%, and the fight is over. Didn't take us even 5 minutes. Didn't even take 5 minutes to do this fight. Right. We also have Groot in variant 2, 3.2. So this is the XL variant, which again, Groot, especially this Groot, because he's the biggest Groot in town. Going up against that Vulture, obviously, let's buff him up a little bit with those pre-fights. And then we can show Vulture who's the boss. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This is just going to be brutal. I do believe that there is an effect that's going to empower Groot even more. I kind of have forgotten exactly what it does. But you're going to surely see even more potent Groot from variant 2. After all, he is one of the XL champions in the game. Therefore, he completely and absolutely bypasses that size matters node. And, do make a small mistake along the way, which is fine. It's going to be a good probably opportunity to showcase that sweet level 2 of his. And here we are. Look at that regeneration. Immediately healing for like 491. All the way back up to like 74%. Vulture just has absolutely no chance here. Now, keep in mind that he has 6 I am Groot charges, 7 I am Groot charges. So once those Groot charges actually pop, you can genuinely expect some ridiculous damage. Here we go. He's going to go for the big damage now. He has 8 Furies, tons of damage, and 18k crit on a medium. Some serious stuff right there. Practically melted that guy, didn't it? And now he has to go up against Spider-Gwen. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this fight seems a bit dodgy on paper, considering that Groot doesn't kill anybody quick, and Spider-Gwen's likely gonna be evading like crazy. But, let's not underestimate the big Chad Groot. And let's see how he gets along. He's gonna adapt a new strategy on parry heavy, which again is an inbuilt evade counter. I bet you guys didn't know. Groot can counter evade. Parry, stun the opponent. Whilst they stand, they can't evade. Genius. See, really the full package. So you can easily use Groot against the evade counters. You also can inflict poisons thanks to the variant node, apparently. Actually did not know that, but here we go. 30k. Look at that. That 30k heavy attack is what that's the biggest number I have seen Groot do. 30k heavy. It's like what, 20% of her total HP. Immediately done and dusted. And look at that HP. It's all the way back up and healing even more. He's just healing like nobody's business. He was back up at 90% health. Who needs King Groot for regeneration when you can have the real Groot? And here we are. King Groot takes this W home as well. Easy. Such a perfect, elegant solution. Now we're going to be going up against Civil Warrior. And, class advantage, increase in damage. I'm not promising anything, but hey, We might even see 32k, 34k damage here. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Right. I don't know what Jonassis is about, you know. As far as I can tell, this guy does not need a buff. As far as I can tell, this guy is already at top of the game. Look at that. He's just slapping that Civil Warrior. Absolutely slapping him down. No problem. He's already at 60%. Some sort of noodle. Right? Look at that Groot. Just slowly gathering his frustration and rage. Can snap soon. There's 4 Groot charges. And now they're all getting unleashed. Here we have 2k on level 2. Still some damage. Every bit helps. But now we have 14k medium crit. 9k light crit. Those are some legit numbers there. From the big tree himself. Right, and that Civil Warrior is just getting slapped. And look at that. The Groot's back up at 100% health. It's as if like not a single fight has ever happened. Full health, full perfect yellow bar. How many champions can do that? Clear half a quest, you know, get hit a few times. Back to full. Easy. Oh, this might be a bit stinky situation. This might be a bit stinky situation with that region. But, again, that's why Kabam gave Groot that poison node. Immediate reduction of that regeneration by 30%, plus despair. Reduced regen potency by 45%. Easy. Solution to your problems. Now he just wants to drop in all of those heavies and show who's the boss. Right? That Sabretooth, you know, and try and resist the might of Groot. Try and regenerate the damage taken. But we all know he's not going to last long. We all know that he's not going to last long there. Come on, you know. Use that level 2. Doesn't matter. Goes for level 2. Gets regen. Inflicts poison on the opponent. Drops a heavy to the face. Gets his furies. And we can see that Sabretooth is still at 40-some%. Sabretooth is still at 40-some%. But that poison is genuinely hindering all of that game plan this so-called Canadian Sabretooth had. Right? We all know that the guy is just a big furry. You know. But, you know, we don't king shame here, but realistically, is he a Sabretooth? Or is he just a furry? At least King Groot is legit. Sorry, at least Groot is legit. He doesn't need no furry costume to destroy stuff. There you go, 36k. Now, if that isn't a big yellow number, I don't know what is. Oh, great. Now Groot is gonna go up against the resident Yahtzee. I know it's a bit of touchy subject, but you know, sometimes even Mother Nature has to show Yahtzees who's the boss. And obviously Red Skull is the entire symbol, the embodiment of, well, we know what. Therefore, I think it's extremely thematically appropriate that Groot, that represents Mother Nature itself, shows what he exactly thinks of Yahtzees. This is effectively nature winning against, well, red-faced Yahtzee. But here we are, again. Just take those hits and block. Don't worry about the block damage. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just go for level 2. Let the poison deal work. Regenerate. Recover the wounds. And, you know, before long, he might have 10 armor ups, but not really all that helpful, are they? Still being absolutely annihilated. This might not be the fastest paced destruction you have seen on YouTube. But I do think it's, you know, thematically appropriate and extremely impressive. Imagine how would you feel, you know, if you get knocked out with one punch by CGR. You can't learn your lesson. But if Groot comes along, humiliates you, and slaps you 800 times, you know, you have had time to rethink your life choices, which I think is a perfect reason to use Groot for a lot of fights. You don't only just knock the opponent down and, finish it quickly. You make it last. You torture them. You show who's the boss. You give them time to think about chain of events that has led to this situation where they are being slapped by a big tree. I think it's perfect. I think it's wonderful. The best rank of choice that I have seen in a while. And here we are. Once again, down to 6% health. Taking away with that poison. Nobody can help that. Nobody's going to help that. Right, and the last... in case you guys haven't enjoyed this clip so far, then, I'm not going to show this entire clip because we're already kind of at 20-minute mark and I have spoken too much waffle. But I do think that some of you will appreciate big-headed Groot. No? I think big-headed Groot is going to get the point across as well. If you didn't like this video before, then how can you not hit that like button now? Look at him. When they made him big-headed Groot, he virtually looks like baby Groot. That's the proportions of the baby Groot there. So you basically get a rank 4 Groot video and MCOC baby Groot. And look at that. He's just absolutely ripping through that Cull Obsidian. There's not even no competition. Again, clearly, King Groot is the one doing the spanking. And, there's nothing Cull Obsidian can do about it. Absolutely nothing Cull Obsidian can do about it. So let's jump on to the next one against Human Torch. Again, you'd think that Human Torch has an advantage in this fight. After all, trees do burn. However, Groot proves you wrong. Groot proves you wrong. This one doesn't burn. This one doesn't care that he's slapping a guy that's literally flaming and has flames shooting out of his body. Easy slaps, easy wins. And here he's going up against Omega Sentinel. Again, we already proved that Groot's better than any robot. And here is just even more proof. Look at that. All of them are getting absolutely annihilated. Okay, and here's the final clip. Obviously, we could not finish this video without Groot going in Labyrinth of Legends. Now, there is a slight problem. There is a slight problem with this clip. Believe you me, guys. And that is not that is not Groot's fault. Let's begin with that. This is Kabam's fault. And this is 100% Kabam. You see, Kabam gave us those timers in Labyrinth of Legends. And unfortunately, Groot just doesn't rush for anyone. He does things in his own time. And sometimes, when you are in between rock and a hard place, bad things happen. Because Kabam are uncompromising there. Even the rank 4 6-star does not have the ability to increase the timer in Labyrinth of Legends. And obviously, Groot doesn't have any desire to make it quick and easy for his opponents. So, long story short, 16 minutes later, 16 minutes later, Groot clearly has put in plenty of work. Unfortunately, Kabam does not appreciate all the good that Groot does. Yeah? Fortunately, Kabam does not appreciate that. And as we can see, that 16.5 minutes in this fight, the timer is about to expire. And, nobody possibly can fight under these conditions. And that's why he just decided to finish it on his own terms. 928 hits. 928 hits. Unfortunately, Kabam just had to ruin the party. And Groot, once again, in his final act of defiance, said, no, I'll go out my own way. And here we are. That has been possibly the best rank 4 gameplay showcase that I have ever done on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. See ya.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next